Yo, what up, y'all? We back with another super fun Ajax build. In this one, we got the HP defense skill power modifier build. Now, if you want to do something a little bit different than just running straight tank, nothing but defense on Ajax, this one is definitely lit. So, we'll have some skill power on this build. We're still going to have a decent amount of defense, but in this one, we're actually going to be running a lot of HP. So we'll end up around about, well, when the build's said and done, you should have 50,000 defense, 50,000 HP, so long as you have the correct components. I couldn't find a sensor necessarily, so I didn't get all the way up to 50k, but you'll at least get to about 45 for each, and then we'll be building in the skill power, so you'll definitely be able to absolutely annihilate mobs. As you can see, we're doing the defense mission, wave 10 out of 10, not even taking any damage. And then all of your skills, your dimension, your expulsion, your jump, you're going to be just absolutely one-clipping enemies. So I definitely think this is a super strong build. Now, as you can see, even at level 21, we have 36k defense and 34k life. And that's already enough to just be super duper tanky. So let's jump straight into the build. We got the body enhancement, we got the increased shields. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the increased shields, but with the body enhancement, the increased shields is actually going to give us more HP. So, pretty much everything we're going to be doing is trying to get more shields, trying to get more HP so we can up that HP amount. And then the rest, we're just going to try to go into skill power. So we got the non-attribute, we got the technician, spear and shield is giving us more attribute power. And then, of course, we got the normal things like the increased HP and the stem accelerant. Now, we're not even rocking increased defense on this build. So if you threw that on, you'll probably get up to like around 80k defense. Now, if you see my first video, we're up to, we're able to get up to 175k defense, and you're just absolutely not taking any damage at all. The difference between that build and this build, you're going to be taking damage, but since you're going to have so much life, it's going to be like you're not really taking damage anyways. Now, if you want, there's a couple different things you can add in here. You can go life barrier. So if you do that, your hypercube and your wall is going to stay up for a lot longer, and then you'll be able to do a lot of reflection damage with the dimension skill, so that's pretty nice. And then on top of that, when you're using the life barrier, you actually can enhance skills. So if you throw down an enhance barrier, it reflects back so much damage. Like, you could literally just put the wall up, stand there, and then monsters will ultimately kill themselves. And then you could also do the same thing with bosses. Now, I did try it with bosses with the life barrier. It's good against bosses who have like a machine gun type of attack, shoot a lot of bullets. Not so good against enemies who have like missiles, like a swamp walker or like a frostwalker. So just keep that in mind if you're going to be rocking that life barrier. Now, on our reactor, you just want to try to get that non-attribute tech skill power. You could even get dimension skill power right there. So on our components, now on the first build we did, we're trying to go defense everything. On this build, we're trying to get HP, defense, or shields. So ideally, if I could get defense and max HP on everything, that would be lovely. But, of course, it doesn't come on everything. So even on my sensor, I would have loved to get max HP and then maybe max shield, max HP and then maybe max defense. So I'm still kind of looking for a support sensor, but if you can get some good sensors down, you definitely are going to be able to dominate. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over my weapon because I'm going to show you guys how to kill the hard frostwalker. I'll give you guys a tutorial. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that sub button. We're going to have way more videos coming out. And also down in the description, I will have the timestamp. So if you want to go straight to that hard frostwalker, see how to dominate him. We're going to be using this build specifically to fight him. So make sure you guys stick around for that hard frostwalker. Now, this is what I have on all my tamers. This tamer honestly isn't as strong as some of my other ones because I have like all perfect stats on those. So this one's only doing 400k DPS. But trust me, if you got some catalyst, you crystallize a couple more of these slots, you can quite easily get up to like 700 or 800k on the tamer. My electric tamer has around 518k, and then my toxic tamer has around 589k. So to be honest, this is kind of my weaker one, but you definitely could get a lot of damage with those modules right there. Now let's go into the info. So Right now I'm in Albion. If you're looking at the stats, you know, it shows 27k max HP, 30k defense. What I've actually come to find out is that when you're in Albion, it actually doesn't even show your full HP and defense. It only shows about half of it. Now, like the skill power, your tech boost ratio, power modifier, all of that is correct. But when you're in Albion, the max HP and the max defense specifically is only showing, I think, about 3/4 of it. And what's crazy is on my mob, on my mob build with the 175k defense, I was actually showing that build while I was in Albion, and I didn't even realize that my base defense is actually closer to like 150,000 on this build. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the sterile land, and I'll even show you guys. So over at the sterile land, we look back at our stats. Look now, we're at 47k HP and 42k defense. So if you guys are trying to check your stats, you know, looking in the info, if you're trying to see how much you got on there, what I would suggest is go anywhere but Albion, because it's not going to show all of the stats unless you're outside of Albion, which is pretty crazy, but I guess that's how it goes. So like I said, this build, you can definitely get up to 50k HP and 50k defense easily. It's just going to be your components. You're going to have to find some good components, you know, max HP, max defense, max shield. But to be honest, you know, even with this right here with the 40/40, I was able to 1v1 all the bosses that you're able to fight privately, kill them no problem. And then I was able to kill the hard frostwalker, which I'm going to show you guys here in a minute or two. Now this is what I have for crystallization. What I had to do, well, the reason I was level 20 in the beginning of the video, I actually had to recrystallize my character in order to make this build work. So this is what I have now for crystallization. I got what, 4 C's, 3 M's, 3 R's, well, 4 M's, 3 R's, and an A. So I think honestly this is pretty good, but I'm actually working on another build that may have to do more with like matrix recompensation, and then I might be doing a reflect build, like a full-on skill power build. So again, make sure you guys hit that sub button. We're gonna have those builds ready for you guys as well. But with me recrystallizing my character, I actually had to go out and get another iron will and just level it up right before max. So even with this build, I think my defense is around 134k with shields. Without shields, it's like around 160k. So to be honest, it's still super strong. So just keep in mind, if you're going to be doing different builds, you might actually have to recrystallize your character in order to make the second build fit, which I think is pretty silly. I wish they made, well, obviously it was going to take a lot more grinding, but I wish they made it to where the catalysts go from page to page. So whatever I catalyze on the first page, you know, on the second page, I'll have to go out and get more catalysts, you know, do that page, then the third page. I think that would be a lot better. I mean, again, obviously it would take a ton of grinding because you'd have to go out and get, what, 10 more catalysts, but, you know, I think it's worth it, especially if you're trying to do multiple builds. So jumping into the Frosty boys. So a couple things. Now, well, with Frostwalker, if you haven't beat this boss yet, he's super duper annoying, super duper tedious. A couple different things have to happen on this boss. Number one, somebody has to pick up the flames. So ultimately what will happen is every time you break a weak point, flames will drop out of him. You want to pick up 6 of those right before he does the freeze ability, or you guys are all gonna die. What I would suggest, if you're trying to beat this boss, you need to be the person to carry the flames. So right when the match starts, go ahead and tell people, I'm gonna grab the flame, I'm gonna run it, right? Alright, so once you establish who's the flame guy, number 2, you guys actually have to break weak points. So a lot of the times, you know, I see ultimate glaze, lepics, you know, they're throwing fireballs at them, they're shooting rocket launchers, they're doing damage, which is cool. But the problem is if you're not breaking weak points and you're just hitting body shots on the boss, you're just gonna enrage him faster. Now when he enrages, that's when the shards come out of the kneecaps, and trust me, it is so annoying to break these kneecaps. So I would highly suggest try to hit the weak points as much as you can. Try not to hit no body shots, because once it gets to this point, it's just super duper annoying. Now the way the flames work, you don't actually have to pick them up right away. I see a lot of people, you know, they try to pick them up right away, what happens is the flames, they're gonna dissipate, so they're only on you for so long. So what you should do is actually leave them on the ground. So as long as you establish that you're the person that's picking up the flames, make sure nobody else grabs the flames, you just leave them on the ground. So what'll happen is you guys will keep fighting, break through his enrage, shoot him up. Now once the timer gets to 7 minutes and 30 seconds, that's when he does the freeze attack. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave the flames on the ground until around about 7 minutes 50 seconds, 7:45, somewhere in there. That's when you want to go start collecting the flames. Now again, you can type into the chat in the beginning of the game, I'm gonna be the flame guy. I've done this boss so many times, and trust me, even if I say I'm the flame guy, people will still pick up the flames. If you pick up 4 and somebody else picks up 3, that means neither one of you guys have 6. You get no flame shield, you instantly lose. So you're still gonna run into that, unfortunately. However, if you get smart randoms like these guys here that just leave the flames on the ground, then you could be the guy that kind of just hoards them around. And then as you guys start breaking parts and it starts coming down to 7 minutes and 30 seconds, that's when you want to start collecting. So I'm going to start picking them all up. Now what you want to do, because it's going to take 6 of them in order to pull out the flame shield. So what I'm going to do is grab 5 of them and I'm going to stand next to the 6th one, right? And I'm going to just keep on shooting until I see him getting ready to do the freeze attack. And once he's about to do it, I'm going to pick up the 6th one and pull out the flame shield. And the reason why I do that is so you don't run out of the flames and the flames don't dissipate. You don't want to pick them up too early. You don't want to start the flame shield too early, or you guys are just going to instantly lose the game. So to be honest, if you guys have done enough damage to even break enough weak points to even get the flames, that many flames on the ground to even get a flame shield, 90% of the time it is not even going to make it to the next time that you have to pick up flames again, right? Because you guys are doing enough damage to even get the flames out of them in the first place. So to be honest, from there it's typically GG's for me. Now if you do actually make it to the second part to where you have to pick up the flames again, he's gonna do it at around 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and then he'll do it again at around 1 minute and 30 seconds. So those are the time intervals. So if he's gonna do it again at 4 minutes and 30 seconds, probably about 4:45, you want to go start picking up flames, rinse and repeat, and do the same thing. So hopefully this video helps you guys out. Again, hit that like button, hit that sub button. We're gonna have more videos coming out, more different ways to play Ajax, and I'll probably get into some more ultimate characters down in the comments. Let me know who you guys want to see. As always, I appreciate you guys checking out the vid, and I'll see you on that next one. Peace.